I've been writing letters to my house since it burned down.
Oh my God.
One of the first things you learn when your house burns down is that it is not just a building with millions of things inside it. It is a place where love happened. So I wanted to write letters to my house to say thank you, to acknowledge all that love, and to honor all of that love. I've learned that letters can be a healing tool, knitting together our broken hearts. This is one of the letters I wrote to my house. Dear house, you never met my dad, but you would have loved him. He's the reason I bought you. He was very, very happy when I closed escrow on you. I know he was. I will never forget the night I found you. I was driving around Altadena in a desperate house hunt. It was 2 weeks before Christmas, so there wasn't a lot of inventory. And I had my heart set on a mid-century modern. So did everybody else buying a house at that time. And I had already been outbid once. So I was driving around and I was exhausted. It was almost 10 o'clock at night and I was looking for something that nobody else knew about. So I drove onto a street that was very dark that I had never been on before. And I pulled up this hill, and on the left side, I happened to see a for sale sign that had fallen on its side. Unbelievable. So, and I almost missed it. So I immediately parked. I got out of my car and I started walking up your very long, very dark driveway. And I saw in the distance a light shining on your mid-century River Rock fireplace. It was love at first sight. I wrote a lot of letters to my dad. After he died in 2009, I wanted to keep the conversation going. I knew I couldn't pick up the phone anymore, but I could pick up a pen and be with him instantly. And I kept those conversations going until the source of the conversations were inside my heart. I write these letters to you because of those letters. Letters can help us say things that we didn't even know that we needed or wanted to say. Letters can help show us how we've become who we've become. And letters can help us release pain. I have no idea how many millions of tears I have cried writing these letters to you, dear house. I had pictures of my dad in almost every one of your rooms. I had his wallet in my top dresser drawer. I had his Pentax camera. I had his V-neck white t-shirts that I swear still smelled like him. I had his art collection. He actually bought me my very first piece of art. I was in college and he was living in Alaska, and he brought me a woodblock by a famous Alaskan artist. It was a polar bear frolicking under the water with bubbles floating to the surface. And it was pure joy. And it was so my dad. My dad did everything he could to lighten my heart. He was my rock. And then you became my rock. And I didn't even know it until you were gone. You let me adorn you. You let me play dress up with you. You let me create in you, which anchored me. You let me complain about the size of your kitchen and the shape of your living room, and you didn't judge me for judging you. You held me and my animals when 100-mile-per-hour winds came rushing through the canyon, or deluges of rain threatened to take out the hillside, or we lost power for days or hours. Always. You held us. And then, on that fateful night, as the fire came toward our neighborhood, and I packed and unpacked my very small convertible in a daze of confusion, and I had just packed the two most expensive pieces of art in the back seat. I started to walk back in the house, and I thought, what am I doing? All of a sudden, it seemed really insane to be driving around in a small car with fine art through fire and smoke, and I did not need fine art. And so I took them out of the car, and I took them back inside, and I rehung them. And as I rehung the second one, I put my hand on it, and I said to it and to you, as if convincing all of us, I'll be back. I'll be back. But you knew better. You whispered in my ear. I didn't listen to your whispers, and I left. And a few hours after I left, when the flames arrived, I'm pretty sure that you beckoned those flames away from the tree that holds our land together with its powerful roots. I imagine you saying to those flames, hey, come here. You know you're going to take me out anyway. Leave that tree alone. And it did. I imagined you floating above the flames as they died out. I imagined you in the days and weeks and months that followed, watching over as inspectors and workers and looky-loos came on and off the land. I imagine you there now, patiently waiting in the stillness. And that is where I send these letters. You will be a 2-story house in your next incarnation, thanks to housing codes. I prefer 1-story houses. You were a 1-story house, 1 story with a million stories inside. For every single item I remember that burns, I think of hundreds of stories. That means I have millions of stories clamoring inside my head and heart, vying for my attention. Hey, do you remember me? Says the giant, life-sized golden Buddha that stood at your center, that I bought from my friend Anthony, that we strapped into the front seat of my car, that he kissed gently on the cheek as I pulled away from his house, and that when I placed at the center of you, I swear I heard you sigh. Remember the night we moved in and Lucy and Tallulah were barking like mad at the front door, and I finally realized that there was a giant bear on the other side of the door. And I heard it sniffing so loudly that I literally thought it was going to just suck them up like a vacuum. So I grabbed them and threw them in the back bedroom, and I came back just as it was peacefully lumbering off. Do you remember when I replaced that front door with a heavy, modern glass-paned door, and I painted it deep orange? And I felt like you loved your new front door. I felt like you smiled. Lucy died in my arms just yards away from that front door. But I don't want you to worry. I don't only remember the sad things. I also remember all the love and beauty, the celebrations, the amazing dinner parties, all the love, the flowers. Oh my God, I showered you with flowers. You had flowers in every single room. You had more than one bouquet in every room. And I will shower you with flowers again. I will shower you with love. And you will be beautiful. You already are beautiful, though. Forever beautiful. And all the love that happened in you is now forged in my heart by that fire. I love you, dear house, and I can't wait to be with you again. But I thank you. I thank you for keeping a loving, watchful eye over our land. I thank you for keeping a loving, watchful eye over Altadena. But most especially, I thank you for receiving my letters, because these letters are helping make space for all the love and beauty that is yet to come.
You're here.
That's the end of the letter. I just wanted to invite you, if you've lost someone or something, to try and write a letter, because letters have an uncanny ability to help us heal our hearts.